Welcome to Game 6 of the 6 game set. Fightin's fans, thank you all so much for joining me, Emily Messina, on the airwaves with you live from First Energy Stadium when this game is taking place on the road with the Somerset Patriots at TD Bank Ballpark. This is game number 6 of the 6 game set, a Sunday matinee beginning at 1:05. So just about 5 minutes until first pitch as we see warm-ups going on the field at TD Bank Ballpark. The Fightins have a day off tomorrow and then return to play at First Energy Stadium from June 8th to the 13th. Lots of fun promotions for you guys here at our ballpark. Can't wait to have you. Should be a fun time. Now, there was one roster move today. Attaching himself to the Fightins roster is Herbert Iser, a catcher. He comes from Jersey Shore out of Jamaica. So very excited to add Iser to our roster today. 28 guys right now, a couple on the IL. That includes Duran, Kroon, and Cesar. But otherwise, a full roster for the Fightins. And things about to get underway here at TD Bank Ballpark. The final warm-up pitches being thrown by their starter, Jansen Junk. We saw him back in game 1 when he came out of the pen off of a piggyback. We'll see him start this game in the reverse as J.P. Sears will come first out of the pen in a piggyback. And on the Fightin side, Colton Eastman, his first appearance in this series. The mound meeting just finishing up as the managers go back to the dugout. Behind the plate today, crew chief Biarretta, West shifting over to third, and Moore at first. And as Junk comes out to the mound now, behind the plate, Sands, his catcher, after he got game 2 of the doubleheader off yesterday. Left to right in the outfield, Zenner, whose second game after being called to the Patriots yesterday. Beltre in center, Polensky out in right. Dunn over at the hot corner, and Burt at short. They keep flip-flopping over there. Perez and Garcia round out the infield. And Burrito, Stott, and Vierling, the top 3 in the lineup. Bonifacio, the designated hitter in that cleanup spot. Matera, Tatum, and Stokes, rounded out by Josh Stephen and Dalton Guthrie in the lineup for the Fightins. Jansen Junk, a right-hander, was acquired in the 22nd round in 2017 by the Yankees. He went to Seattle University for a bit before being drafted. He's only allowed 1 earned run over his first 5 appearances, which total 19 innings pitched. And he's on a scoreless streak, that 1 run coming back on the 7th of May. And so he's gone 15 2/3 scoreless. He's also had a save under his belt at well. The Fightins will look to tear into this as they get out onto the field for the national anthem. When we saw Junk back on June 1st, the first game of the series, that's when he recorded his save. He went 4 innings pitched, just 1 hit, striking out 5, but walking 3 of the Fightins batters. Daniel Brito was the man to get a hit off of Junk. He went 1 for 2. And the guys that walked, Fitch, who's not in the lineup today, Steven and Stott, who both are today. Stott recording his first and second Double-A hits yesterday, 1 in the first game, 1 in the second. He also added on 2 walks to his score line, and we are going to take a quick pregame break before we join the team in this matinee game.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are
Baseball
proud to
Town
partner with
Charities
the
is
First
a
County Mental
non-profit
Health and Developmental
501c3
Disabilities
charitable
Program.
organization
Together, we are
founded to
striking
keep
out the
baseball
stigma in
alive
order
in
to
Reading,
raise
so
community
youngsters
awareness
can
about
benefit
mental
from the
illness
many
and
life
prevention of
lessons the
suicide.
game teaches.
With 3 simple
Baseball Town
words, are
Charities
you
currently
okay?
supports
The
kids
hope
and
is to begin a
adults with
conversation
mental
to
and
show
physical
Berks County
disabilities
that
throughout
we
the
care.
Baseball Dream League.
Suicide affects
Baseball
and
Town
hurts
Charity
everyone,
also
but help
supports
is
inner
here,
city
and
baseball
we'll work together to
development
raise
through the Rip
awareness
It for
about
Life
suicide
program,
and
which
identify
provides
what
growth
we can
both
do
on
as
and
a
off the
community to
baseball
prevent
field.
it.
For more
People in need of
information, please
assistance and
visit
support should call
baseballtown.org.
Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530.
Fightin features special post-game
That's
concerts throughout the entire season with more live music than anywhere else in Berks County. Each post-game
Fightin'
concert
Phils know who to
features
call
$1
for
off
trash
in
and
Bonifac's
recycling
Brewing
services.
and live
A
music
proven
on
winner,
its mobile
JP
page.
Mascaro and
That's
Sons.
post-game concerts.
The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to Reading Fightin' Phils birthday party pack for the best way to celebrate a birthday. Mascaro and Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there's no better birthday trash and recycling services for home, business, fan birthday package. We are hiring and have open positions any age and starts at just $120. Open positions at basepackages.com. General call 1-888 to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
Well, we're just about to get underway at TD Bank Ballpark as Junk throwing his final warm-up pitches. Sunny in Somerset, 90 degrees. It's going to heat up to 94 throughout the contest. Just a slight breeze, 4 miles per hour going northwest. But I imagine it is pretty hot, a pretty hot wind, 90 degrees as it is here in Reading. Pretty warm outside. A beautiful day for a baseball game, though I imagine it does get hot out on the field. Patriots back in their home white pinstripes with the navy cap. As we see Junk throwing his final warm-up pitches into Sands, and Daniel Brito getting ready as Sean Williams heads out to the third base box, and Nair Luisa Martinez out to the first base coach's box. I can see the field now, the wind blowing from right out to left field. And the infield, outfield playing straight up here to Daniel Brito. As he steps into the lefty batter's box, Junk stepping onto the rubber. Fightin's, of course, in their road gray jerseys with the navy and red cap. Junk setting up at the waist. Now he kicks and fires inside. First pitch coming in 1:09 p.m. at TD Bank Ballpark. The next offering, it's inside again. And the first 2 pitches from Junk, both balls, as Brito gets ahead in the count 2-0. He swings his bat above his head before settling in once again. This time Junk does get a called strike on the outside corner. Brito's on-base streak snapped yesterday, got all the way up to 9, and that was actually a hit streak. His longest on-base streak, 11, but he started over in the second game, so he is at 1 today after going 1 for 3 in game number 2. Now he fouls one up the third base line, and he moves to 2-2 here facing Jansen Junk. The lefty. Here's the arm for the righty. It's driven in the hole between first and second, and it'll trickle into the outfield as Brito leads off the Fightins with a base hit. What a great way to start against Jansen Junk, who's been absolutely stellar for the Patriots. He has seen some experience in AAA back in 2019. He ended the season there. He made what they call a spot start, where he's called up on the day just kind of as a fill-in role, and he allowed 4 runs in 2 1/3 innings pitched, and that happened to be a game against Lehigh Valley. So now Bryson Stott will take on Jansen Junk. He has a called strike outside. Lots of stands in the ballpark at TD Bank. Sands setting up high behind the plate. We'll see where the ball comes in. It's a fastball right down the middle and a swing and a miss from Bryson Stott. So there's a runner on first and nobody out here in the top half of the first. And here's the 0-2 to the rookie. Swing in the middle and a miss. He gets him on some high heat up in the zone. And that'll be out number 1 for the Fightins here in the top of the first. Now, back when Stott played in High A in May, he had only 22 strikeouts throughout the month, and he had 22 walks. So we were talking about yesterday, usually that strikeout count way higher than walks. And something to note is that when he played with the Major League Spring Training, he had kind of a rough time, struck out 16 times as Vierling comes in and takes one low, which was pretty unusual for him because he's known to be a patient player at the plate, i.e. the stuff he did in May, but struggles against higher level pitchers in strikeouts. So we'll see if he can control that, and I think that is going to be the key to what makes him successful here in Double-A, is if he's able to lay off the pitches that would be called balls and limit his strikeout count. I think that's the difference in making him good and great here at Double-A. Now the pickoff attempt to Brito at first, but he's back in time, and a ball comes in low to Vierling as he gets ahead of 2-0. We only saw Vierling in the first game of the doubleheader yesterday, but he singled for an RBI back in the first inning. The Fightins dropped 2 yesterday, 7-2 in the first game and 6-1 in the second. But they look to get back on track with today's matinee game and then look forward for an off day tomorrow, as it's been very hot and definitely could use a chance for some rest. Junk going for the pickoff attempt once again. And this time he'll come home as Vierling checking his swing, and he went around, so it's going to be a strike. And they show the replay. He did, in fact, go around, so a good call there by Biarretta behind the plate. And the 2-1 now. It's a strike at the knees. So runner on first here for the Fightins in the top of the first. There's only one out as Brito taking a slight lead off of the bag. Junk setting up on the right part of the rubber. And he kicks and fires home. Vierling fouling one off into the concourse area. Now he steps out to adjust his batting gloves. And he'll get back in once again. Going for the pickoff attempt is Junk. And Brito able to slide back safely. I don't think Junk's used to having a lot of base runners here, as he's really caught up with Daniel Brito over at first. And I know obviously you don't want to get anyone in scoring position, but it is only the top of the first here. And now they took away the game to put their upcoming schedule on. And we're back as Vierling fouls off another one. A 6-pitch at bat now from Matt Vierling as he's working his way into Jansen Junk, allowing his teammates to see what he has to offer. Junk now sending one in low, and it's a full count now as he totals 15 pitches. Here's the offering to Vierling. He drives it back, and it's going to foul off once again. Vierling looks like he might be bringing a little bit of a different approach to the plate here, as he seems like he's squatting down just a little bit in the righty batter's box. We'll see when he steps back in if he's going to do the same thing again. So he digs his right foot in at the line, and now he'll put his left foot in, sort of like the way Bonifacio does, where he settles his one foot and then waits before the other one. This one is being popped into center field, and it's going to be caught. I think they're going to catch Brito off of first as he slides back in, but he's out as the throw comes in from Beltre to Garcia in time, and that will effectively end the inning for the Fightins. In the top of the first, they don't score anything across. We'll take a short break before we enter the bottom half.
The Reading Fightin-filled birthday party package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there is no better birthday than a Fightin's birthday. The Fightin's Fan Birthday Package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $120. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
Customers Bank is a proud continued partner of the United Way of Berks County and the Ready, Set, Read initiative. Ready, Set, Read programs focus on improving literacy skills for children from birth through 3rd grade. The Fundamentals of Reading are a community-wide initiative that bring together schools, businesses, organizations, and individuals throughout our area to improve early grade reading success. Customers Bank and the United Way of Berks County are committed to reading success and urge you and your business to support this worthwhile initiative. For more information on Ready, Set, Read and how you can become involved, please visit readysetreadberks.org. And thank you, Customers Bank, for your continued support.
Here we are in the bottom of the first inning. The Fightins do record a hit, but they remain scoreless here heading into the bottom half. Colton Eastman on the mound today, 4.86 ERA, as he flips between starting and the piggyback role. 16 2/3 innings for him, 18 strikeouts, so averaging of just more than 1 per inning. And his first offering coming in outside to Michael Beltre. Out in the field for the Fightins, left to right in the outfield, Stephen, Guthrie, and Vierling. As Eastman delivers, and Beltre swings on one way inside. The count is 1-1. Tatum over at third. Stott and Brito sticking as the corner infielders, while Stokes takes over at first after playing the outfield yesterday, and Nick Matera remaining behind the plate. Here's the offering from Eastman. It's low for a ball. Eastman, 24 years old, and he'll get Beltre to foul one back, drafted by the Phillies in the 4th round of the 2018 draft. He struggled a little bit in his first inning. Typically, he's got a 6.00 ERA in the first, so hopefully he can get out of the first cleanly, and after that, usually looks okay as he'll get the strikeout from Beltre to start things off. A huge pickup by Eastman. His last appearance was his best. He went 4 complete innings, striking out 6, which was a season high for him, walking just 2, allowing only 1 hit and no runs. So we'll see if he can carry that momentum from his last start, which was the final game of the homestand against Richmond back on May 30th. He came out of the pen and threw a full 4, so we'll see if he can carry that here. He faces Castillo, and the first pitch is a called strike. Castillo takes one deep to left now. Going back at the wall is Steven, and it's going to be over his head. A solo shot for Castillo to start things off in the bottom of the first. Now, Castillo absolutely on fire these past few games against the Fightin' Phils. We saw him in game 1 have 2 doubles and a single yesterday, and over the previous days, he's hit a couple of home runs against the team. Mainly solo shots, so that's his 4th home run of the season, I believe, and 3rd against the Fightin' Phils. And so the Somerset Patriots lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the first with 1 away and Donnie Sands at the plate. Eastman's first offering, it's outside. And now he'll send the second one home outside once again. It's 2-0. And he'll get a called strike at the knees to Sands, so Eastman battling here. It's a 2-1 count now. Driving it into the gap, and a diving Stott not able to come up with it as it trickles into the outfield. And Guthrie sends it back in, but Sands safe on first with a liner out to short, and Stott mere inches away from having that ball in his glove. He's been pretty good defensively, and obviously that is going to be recorded a hit. He didn't even touch it over there at short, but would have been impeccable to make the play. He's got the sunglasses and eye black on today, as a couple of the players do. Sun is shining overhead in Somerset, New Jersey. And the first pitch to Dermis Garcia is a ball. Runner on first now with 1 away for the Patriots. It's upstairs to Matera, and Sands remaining on first. Sands sends it high in the sky. Going back at the wall is Guthrie, and it bounces off his glove as it's picked up by Vierling and sent back in. And they're going for the tag at the plate. They got him! They got him at the plate as Sands was trying to score on the double by Garcia. And that's definitely a big highlight of the Fightins, is they get the out at the plate often. Let's watch the replay. It was in the glove of Guthrie and bounced out as he ran into the wall. Vierling's throw, and coming around is Sands, the throw into Matera, and he makes the tag on his right arm as he slides across the plate. And that call will stand as there's 2 outs now, and no run has scored on that play from Garcia. So the score is going to remain 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. They do have a runner on second in scoring position, but a great way to get the momentum to shift in your favor is by tagging out a runner at home. It's a huge deal. Obviously because you've saved a run, but also because of that mental factor in just getting on top of the other team. So here's Zach Zenner, and I'll take 2 straight balls from Eastman. Here's the 2-0 now, righty on righty. It's outside, good block by Masera. And I don't know if he hits him in the head there. He does. And going over to third on the play was Garcia. So Zenner walking on ball 4. So he didn't hit him in the head, but it was ball 4 as he had to duck to get out of the way. So runners on the corners for the Patriots as Garcia gets over on a wild pitch. 2 outs now here in the bottom of the first, and Somerset leads 1-0 over the Fightins. 18 pitches now for Eastman to face Oliver Dunn. Dunn had that bases clearing double last night, which pretty much secured the game for the Patriots. And it's going to be fielded by Stokes, who throws over to a covering Eastman. Put 3-1 in your scorebooks, and that'll do it in the bottom of the first. The Patriots pick up a run over the Fightins, but it's Redding's turn to bat, so we'll head into the second as the Fightins trail 1-0.
Gear up for the Fightin Phils season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin Phils team store at First Energy Stadium, or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin Phils hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selection of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading hot dog gear, plus throwback black R-Trains R-Phils attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or rphils.com/shop.
The Reading Fightin Phils, in conjunction with Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays, are proud to partner with the eXp Realty Group throughout the 2021 season. Visit their convenient website at brgpa.com. The custom search bar makes house hunting online easier than ever, and their talented team of agents is here to answer all your questions. Call them today at 610-926-8610. eXp Realty Group is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin Phils at all 7 Savage 61 Fiesta Friday games during the 2021 season. eXp Realty Group, where every move matters.
Savage Auto Groups is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin Phils. Our large inventory and wide selection of models, along with competitive pricing, allow us to make great deals on many vehicle makes and models. Visit Savage 61, Kia, and L&B in Berks County for all your automotive needs.
Into the top of the second we go. The Fightins trail by just a run, but Jorge Bonifacio, Nick Matera, and McCarthy Tatum set to bat. In this top of the second, they will face Jansen Junk, who comes out for another inning of work. 18 pitches on for the starter as he delivers to Bonifacio low, and he moves ahead in the count. Bonifacio finally got himself back into the hit column in game number 1 yesterday when he hit a solo shot, or a 2-run shot. Nope, it was a solo shot across the fence in the third. He also reached on an error and a fielder's choice throughout that day as he was struggling at the plate after his 3-homer day back against Richmond. This time he'll foul one back and the count moves to 2-1. Don't know if Somerset is at 100% capacity at the ballpark allowance. They're not filled to the brim there. But the Fightins will have 100% when they return home next week. And I can tell you everything looks great out here. I'm looking at the field right now. Dirt has kept the grass beautiful. The stands are clean and everything will be open for business beginning on June 8th. 2-1 now to Bonifacio. And you can make it 3-1 as the pitch comes in high. And a walk-in as Bonifacio heads down to first, and this is the second inning in a row that the Fightins will start with a runner on and nobody out. Yesterday they left quite a few runners on the base paths, 9 in throughout both games, and Somerset did as well, 8-2. But they were able to get more across than the Fightins did. Now it'll be Nick Matera who takes a ball outside. Haven't seen Bonifacio with a stolen base as of yet. So we'll see if he goes to get himself in scoring position. If there's a wild pitch from Junk, I'm sure he will run over. And the next offering from Matera outside again, it's 2-0. Matera takes a called strike on the inside, and it's 2-1 now. Matera got the game 2 start yesterday after coming in with Jonathan Hennigan in relief in the first game. And he's been pretty stellar behind the plate, blocking a lot of wild pitches in his time behind the dish as Rodolfo Duran's still recovering from a hamstring injury. And the 2-2 now comes in high. He and Colby Fitch have been the go-to guys, splitting time behind the plate. But typically, when one of them is not catching, they're usually the designated hitter. Because honestly, they've both been pretty stellar. Fitch, especially with his power bat. And it looks like Matera is going to walk down to first now. So 2 straight base on balls from Junk. And the Fightins have something going here early in the second. Sands now coming out to talk to Junk. And they seem to be on the same page. So he's going to head back behind the plate to face McCarthy Tatum. Tatum, 8 RBIs on the season. Bonifacio having a nice chat out there with Christian Perez. They're laughing over on second base. A lot of these guys know each other, especially if you've been around as long as Bonifacio. You get real personal with other players in the game. And now Tatum at the dish. He goes for bunt but pulls back as the pitch is outside. And a perfect bunt would be great to get both of these runners here in scoring position. There is nobody out. Bonifacio takes a lead off of second and Matera on first. Junk now coming home. It's right down the middle for a called strike. No signs of bunt there from Tatum. This is a big moment for the Fightin' Phils. They trail 1-0 here in the top of the second, but there's nobody out. So they should be at least able to tie this up, if not take the lead here in the top of the second. And fouling it back is Tatum, and he seemingly eliminated those signs of bunt. He does have 4 home runs on the season, so definitely has the power to get it over the fence. And with the wind blowing from right to left, he's got that in his favor as well. Here's now the 1-2 to the third baseman. He'll take it way inside, and he'll stay alive. Either way, the Fightins have taken Junk now for 32 pitches. Here's he doesn't even have an out in the second. Now, we've seen Somerset allowing their guys to get in the high 80s, 90. Yesterday, their starter went 75. So they do have a lot of leverage here. They'll have a long leash. And Junk sends one in the dirt, though. Great block there by Sands. It doesn't get past him. And another full count, the third full count in a row that the Fightins have taken Junk to. This is a big moment here. 2 runners on for the Fightins. Nobody out in the top of the second. And here's the payoff pitch to Tatum. It's up high. He walks. 3 straight walks for the Fightins. And they have the bases loaded with nobody out to one of the most elite pitchers in the league. A great take there by Tatum as it comes in just outside. And we'll see another mound visit as it looks like the pitching coach for the Patriots, Daniel Moscos, comes out and they discuss their game plan. I read a very interesting article about mound visits yesterday because there was some controversy in the Tampa Bay Rays game that their pitching coach came out like 14 times, and they're only allowed to come out 6. They're only allowed to have 6 mound visits, official mound visits, throughout the game. Where the ones where you're not coming in to take out your pitcher, and nobody noticed, or at least nobody cared. And he was out there for like an hour across the board, and that really adds into the time of the game. So this writer from The Athletic, I believe, was saying about how maybe they should do timeouts like in other sports and limit it that way, so other things in the major leagues would count as timeouts than like called challenges and things of that sort. So there might be more strategy to mound visits than just, whenever your pitcher's in a jam. Bases loaded here with nobody out, and sending it deep to right center field is Stokes. On the run is Beltre. He'll make the catch at the warning track in center field. Tagging and coming home is Bonifacio. And that'll score a run. As Matera also tags and makes his way to third. Tatum going to stay put at first. And a big sacrifice fly there from Madison Stokes to get the job done as the Fightins tie things up here in the top of the second. And they still have runners on the corner with only 1 away. And Stokes just feet from taking that ball deep over the fence. So now we'll see Josh Stephen He had a pretty good double in yesterday's contest. Some extra base hits would be perfect right now. as the score is tied here in the top of the second. And he'll take one high, but it's in the strike zone. The count moves to 1-1. Now, I understand the purpose of mound visits to discuss strategy, of course, although it's not as if that strategy wasn't discussed like an hour before the game. They've discussed every single situation. Let me tell you, they have everything planned out. And Steven will come up with nothing there as he swings and misses. The count moves to 1-2. I know it's also a good use just to give your pitcher a moment to breathe, because they are on the clock, although umpires don't call for that anyways. They make us operate this pitch clock, and then nobody ever calls anything against it when someone violates the rule. The ball comes in outside, and it's 2-2. So I understand using mound visits for that reason, just to give your guy time to breathe, maybe a little bit of pep talk, maybe when the catcher comes out or the pitching coach comes out, they've noticed something about the way the pitcher's throwing or about the batter that they didn't notice before that they might want to give advice on. So it's definitely just a balance between allowing that part of the game to exist but not allowing it to take over and cause kind of dull moments throughout the game. Here's the 2-2 now to Steven. He'll send it up high in the sky. It's going to stay in the infield, and it will touch the outfield grass edge as Perez makes the catch at second. And that'll be 2 away now for Dalton Guthrie. Matera remains on third and Tatum on first. And we're tied here in the top of the second. Now, of course, you always want the mound visits when it's in favor of your team, like when Eastman needed a break for a second, or you want to discuss some strategy in the ninth with some bases loaded and some outs. So, of course, always for it when it benefits my own team. And the first pitch coming into Guthrie is a called strike. Two outs now, but the score is tied here in the top of the second. Sand setting up on the outside part of the plate, and Junk misses up high, so it's 1-1. Sacrifice fly from Madison Stokes to score. Bonifacio tied this game up here in the top of the second, and Guthrie swings and misses, and he falls behind 1-2. Junk up to 44 pitches here, trying to get out of the second. Eastman at 20, although he's only thrown 1 inning, so probably about even for the two of them right now. One and two, the pitch. Guthrie pops it foul. So he'll stay alive, and we'll do it again. And he'll get Guthrie swinging there as the final out of the second comes in. Not before the Fightins tie it up. As we go into the bottom of the second, it's 1-1.
What does it mean to bank locally with Tompkins? It means keeping your money in your community with a team of neighbors to guide you through big decisions and milestones, plus all the convenience of our mobile app, where you can manage your account, deposit checks remotely, send money to family and friends, even turn your card off if it gets misplaced, then back on when you find it. Ready to bank locally with the team at Tompkins? Visit Tompkins Vist Bank online or at a branch to get started. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Copa de la Diversión is an initiative of MILB which creates alternate identities for teams across the country wishing to better reach out to their Latino communities. The new identity represents more than a luchador. Luchar means to fight for, and luchador translates to fighter. But it also signifies a specific type of fighter, a masked wrestler. The mask logo pays tribute to some of the most notable elements of the city of Reading. Embodied in the luchadors' masks is Reading's pagoda, surrounded by 23 sun rays representing the Latin American countries and Puerto Rico. Down the bridge of the nose is Reading's fire tower. Home plate serves as a luchador's mouth, with First Energy Stadium's facade creating the upper lip. Below the chin are train tracks, symbolic of the historic Reading Railroad. And along the side are baseball seams, a nod to Baseball Town's rich history. Fans can look forward to the R-Phil's players suiting up in Los Luchadores de Reading caps and jerseys on specific games throughout the season.
Well, Fightin's tie things up in the top of the second, and now we're here in the bottom half of that inning as Eastman comes back trying to shut things down so his team can get back up to bat. We'll start things off back at the bottom part of Somerset's lineup, the number 7, 8, and 9 hitters with Max Burt, Aaron Polensky, and Christian Perez. And it's a called strike coming into Burt for the first offering of the half inning. He'll get a swing and a miss from his second pitch, and quickly Eastman up ahead, 0-2. He's got 1 K down so far and 1 walk with 3 hits, but kept Somerset from adding more runs on. He grounds it directly into the hands of Stott, and the throw across the diamond in time. Out number 1 added to the board. Good play there by Stott to make a clean throw as Burt was absolutely hustling down the first base line, and it would have gotten close there if he hadn't made a perfect throw. So now we'll bring up Aaron Polensky. And the first offering is grounded right over to Stott again in the exact same position. This time he's got some more time, but he'll make the same perfect throw. And you can put in your scorebooks once again, 6-3. Here's Christian Perez, now the number 9 hitter in their lineup. He doesn't have a hit as of yet. He only started yesterday after being called to Somerset. But he does have 1 walk to his name, and he also scored a run. So he's crossed the plate once before he has a hit. And I don't know what's going on in the field, but Eastman laughing on the mound, and they look like they're having a good time out there. You love to see that. And he's on to face Christian Perez now with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. The score is still tied. Here's the first offering. It is low, a called strike. And he's trying to get into a rhythm now. Eastman setting up. Now he'll kick and fire home. Popping it up is Perez coming over in foul territory. Tatum, can he make the catch? Yes, he does. And a quick 1-2-3 outing for Eastman as he sits the Patriots down in order. As we take a short break, we'll head into the top of the third inning. The score is tied at 1.
Spend some quality time with the family by taking them out to a ball game every Sunday home game at First Energy Stadium. Sundays are Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days, presented by Classic Harley-Davidson. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for only $50 when purchased in advance. Burke's Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long here at First Energy Stadium. The Fightins feature special post-game concerts throughout the entire season with more live music than anywhere else in Berks County. Each post-game concert features $1 off St. Boniface Brewing and live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's post-game concerts thanks to St. Boniface Brewing. From the cleanup position, there's no one better in the field than J.P. Mascaro & Son. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin' Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO.
Top of the third inning, we go at TD Bank Ballpark. Eastman came into the second on fire as he shut down the Patriots 1-3. And as we head into the top of the third, we'll start at the top of the Fightin' Phils order with Brito, Stott, and Vierling on to face Junk, I believe, who comes out for another inning of work. Slight wind still rolling at the ballpark right to left. Little bit of clouds up high, but a sunny and bright day at the ballpark. They tell me it's 91 degrees there right now. Brito stepping in to the lefty batter's box. He'll take a ball for the first pitch. Junk now at 49 pitches. And of course, we know that Sears is going to be the first one out of the pen. Fouling it back is Brito. More fans sitting down behind the plate at the ballpark. Junk, ball behind him, getting his grip. Now he'll send it home. A breaking ball that settles right on top of the strike zone for a called strike there to Brito. I would be remiss if I did not congratulate all of the Team USA players from USA Baseball who secured their spot in the Tokyo Olympics yesterday. Out to left goes this baseball, and it's going to drop in front of Zenner as Brito, 2 for 2 today, with singles to lead off the inning, and the Fightins have had a base runner to lead off every half since this game started. A beautiful piece of hitting right over the shortstop, Burt, as it trickled into left field. Brito on first once again. He seems friendly with Garcia over there, who's guarding the base. And now it'll be Bryson Stott, who struck out in his first at-bat. He'll swing sharply through the first pitch and come up with nothing. 0-1. Of course, you remember Luke Williams, a former Fightin' Phil, who was on Team USA. He's contributing so much to their victories against Canada and yesterday against Venezuela when he had a hit and scored a run. Team USA went 4-0 to secure a spot in the Tokyo Olympics. Now there's one more up for grabs as the tournament, I guess you could call it, finishes up in Florida. Stott takes the ball outside, now stands setting up low, and Stott fouling it back. A couple other names on the roster that you might recognize. David Robertson, Todd Frazier maybe, Eric Fila, Jarren Duran of the Red Sox minor league system, Edwin Jackson. So a couple guys you might recognize. And a big congratulations to them. Luke Williams, of course, a former Fightin' Phil. And he was pretty stellar for the team, has been absolutely stellar in AAA, batting up in the 300s. He won the Defensive Player of the Month for the Phillies minor league system yesterday. And when we look back at his stats in Reading, he looks pretty good. Junk going with the pickoff attempt to Brito, but he's back in time. In Reading in 2019, Williams had 30 doubles, 11 home runs, and 51 RBIs. Pretty solid OPS, 714. And here's the 2-2 now to Stott. It's low. So it'll be a full count once again from Junk with a runner on in the top of the third. Score is tied. Currently in Lehigh Valley, although he's taking a leave of absence for these qualifiers, he's batting .352 over a month, 8 RBIs, 25 hits. And they'll get the strike amount. Oh no, Stott lining that right into the glove of the first baseman, Garcia. So it'll be a line out for Stott, and Garcia able to step on the bag and get Brito out as he's trailing off a little bit. And that is the second time that Brito has been caught off the base paths to record an out. And so quickly, the tides have turned in Somerset's favor here in the top of the third as they get the line out and the force out at first in one play. And now Matt Vierling heads up to the dish. 2 outs now in the top of the third, 1-1 the score. And Vierling really squatting in the batter's box. He takes a ball high. The count is 1-1. Score's tied here. Fightin's trying to take the lead. And Vierling sends one deep to left center. Going back on the run is Zenner. And a diving Zenner is able to make the catch at the warning track to retire Vierling for out number 3 in the top of the third. The score will remain at 1 as we head into the bottom half.
From the cleanup position, there's no one better in the field than J.P. Mascaro & Sons. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable quality hauling, disposal, and recycling service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin' Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Hispanic and Latino culture during 7 Friday home games this season. The Savage 61's Fiesta Fridays, presented by Alex Patanzas of eXp Realty, Humane Pennsylvania, Supportive Concepts for Families, Children's Home of Reading, and Mao Beer. Fiesta Fridays features special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other cultural events throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL or visiting us at the Weidenhammer ticket office at First Energy Stadium.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi and tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
Here we go into the bottom half of the third inning. The Fightins now have a base runner on in every half inning, but they've only been able to have one across the plate. But Somerset has as well just one across the plate with their 3 hits. And they'll start things off with Michael Beltre as he swings and misses from Eastman's first offering. Eastman dealt in the bottom of the second. He sat them down 1-2-3, and now he comes into this inning with just 25 pitches. And again to Beltre, he gets him to swing at something low, and it's 0-2. And checking his swing is Beltre. Did he go around? No, he didn't, says third base umpire Wet. Oh, he did. He did go around, and a huge pickup for Colton Eastman, his second strikeout of the game and the first out in the top of the third. Let's watch that back on the replay. That was very close. And a big strikeout call for Eastman. So that will bring up Diego Castillo now. And it'll be the righty-righty matchup as Castillo stepping into the first base batter's box. And I'll take a ball upstairs. I can't wait for the Fightins to return home, mainly so I can call a game with baseball directly in front of me, which will be a lot more fun than calling it off the monitor. Two balls and no strikes now to Castillo. And Eastman getting his call from Matera behind the plate this time. He throws outside for a ball, and it's 3-0. Lots of news being put out by the minor league writers today. We were talking yesterday about the state of treatment in the minor leagues, this time Eastman getting a called strike. And Ben Verlander wrote a pretty good story about how not so glamorous the minor leagues are. He was a minor league player himself, so he does have some insight as he played in the Tigers affiliate. And dropping this ball in front of Steven is Castillo. So a line drive will put Castillo on first with one out in the bottom of the third. The score is still tied at 1. That ball just went right through the gap between second and third. And here's Donnie Sands. Sands, who singled in his first at-bat, heads up to the dish with a runner on first. And he'll swing at the first fastball he sees. It is a strike. As I said before, Eastman's longest outing, 4 innings, though he has typically hovered around a full 3 for his other appearances. And he'll send one home, lofting it high in the sky is Stands. Is it going to stay in the infield? Yes, it is, as Tatum makes the catch in the infield grass edge, and that'll retire 2 now for Dermis Garcia. They've still got a runner on first, and the score is tied at 1. Verlander talking about the long road trips that the team had to take when he was a minor leaguer. They've worked on that by adjusting the leagues and the matchups, and of course making each series 6 games, which I know in part had to do with COVID, but in part it had to do with the travel. And so now teams will have an off day after every series on Monday, and with the new divisions of leagues, they won't have to spend as much time on the bus. The longest road trip for the Fightins is up to Portland, but they're pretty much, the Fightins are lucky because they're pretty much located centrally around the rest of the teams, whereas Portland, kind of isolated up top, would have longer travel. So that's been a big step that the minor league systems have taken to make things better on the players. And Eastman now sends a ball into Garcia for the second time, so the count is 2-0. Eastman goes home with it. It's a chopper up the third baseline, backhanded by Tatum, all the way across the diamond. A perfect throw on the money. And that'll be 3 outs as Somerset strands a runner on the base path. The score remains tied at 1 as we head into the top of the 4th.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, are you okay? The hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Top of the 4th inning, score is still tied at 1. Eastman ending his third with 38 pitches compared to Junk's 59. But he'll return for the top of the 4th to face off against Bonifacio, Matera, and Tatum. And those 3 were the guys that all walked back in the second to score a run. Bonifacio swings on the first pitch deep to left center field, and it clears the fence. The first pitch he sees, Bonifacio drives it over the fence for his 5th home run of the season. And he takes the Fightins up 2-1. Man, he just crushed that out over the billboards. And you could tell it was gone by the swing. Wish I could hear the sound of the bat. And he heads back into the dugout. Lots of cheers by his teammates. And the Phillies now up 2-1. Matera fouls the first pitch he sees back. And it's 0-1. He'll take a ball downstairs that was pretty close to being a strike, so good layoff there by Matera. And there's the called strike, so it's 1-2. Nobody on here in the top of the 4th, no outs though, and the Fightins lead 2-1 off of that Bonifacio homer, his 5th of the season. And he ties Luke Miller. So Miller's now at 6. So he trails Luke Miller by 1, and Matera fouls that one back. And here is the 1-2. Matera goes down swinging, so there's out number 1 in the top of the 4th. And heading up to bat, McCarthy Tatum. That is Junk's Just third strikeout of the day. Eastman has 2 to his name right now. And the Fightins are up 2-1 here in the top of the first. Tatum takes the first pitch ball outside. There also was a great article that I encourage everyone to go check out from the New York Times today about Mike Schmidt being the greatest draft pick by the Philadelphia Phils ever, as Tatum chases after one for a swinging strike, evening the count 1-1. Nobody on here and 1 out in the top of the fourth. So Mike Schmidt was drafted back in the 30th round in 1991 by Tony Lucadello, who has a big part in his story. Tatum rockets one into center field, but on to make the catch is Beltre, and it just didn't get enough on it. That's out number 2. So before he was drafted, though, he committed to go to Ohio University out in Dayton, and he went there actually for architecture because he really liked his classes in high school too. So could you imagine if he had ended up going that route instead of the baseball route, how things would have been different for the Phillies? We do see J.P. Sears now warming up in the bullpen, and making contact is Stokes. It'll be out to left, and he's coming around first. He's going to go back to first. He'll stay put there. But a big single there from Madison Stokes with 2 outs and nobody on. He gets himself on first base. He had that sacrifice fly in the second that scored the Fightins' first run, and now they lead 2-1 with Bonifacio's homer. So back to Mike Schmidt. So Schmidt went, and he was actually a 2-sport athlete. He made the starting guard spot for Ohio University's basketball team. Sending it up in the sky is Steven. It's over in left field. They can't find it, but eventually Zenner spots it in the sky and makes the catch as the Fightins leave one on the base paths, but they score a run. Bonifacio deep to left to make it 2-1 Phils heading into the bottom of the fourth.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Feasers Incorporated, a family-owned, full-line food service distributor located in central Pennsylvania. Services restaurants, sporting facilities, theme amusement parks, healthcare facilities, educational facilities, and other institutions throughout Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region. For over 100 years, Feasers and its employees have committed themselves to making customer service their highest priority. Feasers works hard to provide customers with the products they require, delivered by their helpful fleet drivers. Feasers is large enough to serve and small enough to care. For more information, call 800-326-2828 or Feasers.com.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on all the great work that ROG Orthodontics provides. ROG Orthodontics and the Reading Fightin' Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
Into the bottom of the fourth we go. The Fightins now with a 2-1 lead over the Patriots. That Jorge Bonifacio solo shot put them up, and Colton Eastman coming back out for another inning of work. He sends the first pitch home, a strike to Zach Zenner. Eastman now 38 pitches coming in to this bottom of the fourth. And he'll send the 0-1 down the plate. Zenner, a grounder over to third. Tatum across the diamond, and he'll make the play. Tatum showing some leather over at third. He's made a lot of great plays from deep in the hole at the hot corner. And that's, in fact, why they call it the hot corner. He's kept a lot of balls from getting past him into the outfield. So now there's one away in the bottom of the fourth inning for Oliver Dunn. 0 for 1 today with the ground out. And we can continue our conversation about Mike Schmidt in a second. We'll see the first pitch from Eastman come in. It's upstairs for a ball. So, Mike Schmidt, the two-sport athlete in college, he played basketball, but he struggled with some knee issues because when he played football in high school, he had to undergo knee surgery because of all the damage he had done then. So, while he wanted to play basketball and he was pretty good at it, his coach told him, "I don't think your knees are going to handle this. You should probably just stick to baseball," which ended up really working out for Mike Schmidt. So, he just decided to play baseball. And he played a couple positions around the infield. And he looked pretty good. He did struggle at the plate sometimes with a lot of strikeouts. Here's the 2-0 to Dunn. This one comes right down the middle for a strike. And so he did struggle with some strikeouts, but he was pretty good. And what made him great, though, he claims, was that his coach helped him become a switch hitter. And in his first at-bat on the opposite side, he hit a home run, and he knew that was going to work. Ball coming in low. 3-1 from Eastman to Dunn. There's one away here in the bottom of the fourth, nobody on, and the Fightins lead by just 1 run. So became a switch hitter, and that helped his strikeout count lower as Eastman walks Dunn for a runner on with just 1 out for Max Burt. And he helped his team reach the College World Series back in 1970. He had a .331 average and 10 home runs in 37 games. So he was pretty impressive. And Tony Lucadello, a Phillies scout who mainly manned the Michigan, Indiana, Ohio area, decided that he was worth it. And they ended up drafting him in the second round. And it looks like what's happening in the game here. Burt heading down to first. They're not showing me the game, so it's a little tough. Trying to figure out what's going on. Burt takes a strike now. Oliver Dunn still on first after being walked, so we can recap here a little bit. Oliver Dunn on first after being walked, and an 0-1 count now. Eastman looking back at Dunn, and he'll go home to Burt. Grounds it up the third baseline, but it is foul. Wind picking up a little bit. 8 miles per hour now as Burt falls behind 0-2. There's a runner on in the bottom of the fourth. With 1 out, the Fightins trail by just a run. And so Mike Schmidt was drafted, and he didn't have an agent, but his dad was a pretty good negotiator. And in a hotel room in the Holiday Inn, he got his son from $25,000 signing bonus to $32,500, which at that time was a very big difference. But the biggest thing that he got was that he got to work out with the big league camp at Veterans Stadium because he just wanted to play at Veterans Stadium because at that time that was a pretty elite park in the major league. So he added that to his contract and he signed with the Phillies. He struggled in his first year in minor league baseball. And he also signed where he got a bonus as he passed through each level. And checking his swing now, Burt, and the count moves to 1-2. But he struggled in his first year, and then after that, he really flourished, making it all the way to the majors. And he helped the Phillies reach their first World Series title. He played 18 years with Philadelphia, 548 home runs, 1,500 plus RBIs. He won 10 Gold Gloves, was on 12 All-Star teams, and won 3 MVP awards throughout his playing years. And Eastman now with a pickoff attempt to first, but not in time. There's a runner on and 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. And the 1-2 count from Eastman to Burt. We'll see how this plays out. Matera's setting up high, and it comes in inside a good frame, but he doesn't get the call, so it's 2-2. But the main thing that Mike Schmidt helped the Phillies out with was his WAR, which is a big category nowadays. It means wins above replacements, and that's what they mainly use. I feel like it really took off because of Mike Trout. But what it basically means is how many wins did you help your team get above a guy who could have replaced you? This ball's hit shallow left field. Making the grab is Steven out in left, and he'll catch it securely, so it's out number 2. Dunn still on first, and Aaron Polensky heads to the plate. The Fightins are up 2-1 right now. And Schmidt was really known for having a good WAR. He has the highest WAR, 106. So that basically means that he had 106 more wins. He helped the team get 106 more wins, more so than his replacement. Some of those guys that have high ones too, George Brett and Roger Clemens. And in today's day and age, guys like Albert Pujols and Mike Trout. It called strike to Polensky now. It's 0-1. And Trout actually was named by Mike Schmidt as the guy he thought could be the one to top his WAR. Obviously, he's young in his career, so he has a lot of ways to go. But Schmidt can definitely see he's a star. And, of course, Mike Schmidt being named into the Hall of Fame back in 1995 on his first time in the ballot. As this ball's popped foul by Polensky, it's 0-2. 96.5% of those baseball writers named him to the Hall of Fame on his first time on the ballot. So obviously everyone thinks all around very, very good player. But now, Mike Schmidt, 71 years old, spends time between Rhode Island and Florida as this one is chased on the corner and fouled off. I'm not even sure how he made contact. That was so far out of the strike zone, so his count's going to remain 0-2. Dunn, of course, still on first with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. And the Fightin still up by 1 run. And we see Mike Schmidt, or we hear him do some Sunday home games for the Fightin Phils. He's obviously very big into raising awareness for melanoma since he was diagnosed with that skin cancer in 2013. And still involved with the Phillies, too. Sending this up the left field line is Polensky, rounding third, but he'll stay put at third. It's done. And Polensky with a double has himself safely on second as Somerset threatens with 2 outs here in the 4th. So now Eastman to face Christian Perez, trying to get out of the bottom half as the Fightins are leading 2-1. And we'll see if they can maintain there here. There are 2 outs and 2 runners on. Time is called by Perez. Still looking for his first hit, he is. Eastman taking a big breath. He'll send it home. And a big swing and a miss there from Perez. And now it seems like maybe there's sort of an injury delay going on. The infield coming in to talk to Eastman, and the trainer Chris Terrian going to come out, as it seems like Eastman is pointing to something on one of his fingers maybe. Sean Williams out to talk to him as well. And I guess he's okay because the trainer goes back in. And Terrian and Williams headed off the field now back into the dugout. Brad Bergeson was asking what's going on now, but it looks like Eastman is okay. And he's still on to face Perez, who still has 1 strike call now. Runners on second and third for Somerset. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Eastman fires home. And Matera looking for that called strike on the corner, but he doesn't get it. So the count evens 1-1. Fightin's 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors in the field. Somerset 1 run on 5 hits, no errors themselves. And here is the 1-1 to Perez. He swings and misses, chasing one on the outside part of the plate. And he falls behind 1-2 to Eastman, who's looking to get the job done here. Not sure if he has maybe a blister forming on his finger, or maybe something going on there. That was definitely what he was pointing to in his throwing hand. But he seems okay as he's trying to get out of this half inning. And with 2 on, 2 outs, here's the 1-2. He gets the strikeout from Perez. Perez goes down to his knees swinging. And Eastman stranding 2 runners on the base pass. The Fightins will retain their 2-1 lead as we head into the 5th.
The Fightin Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, J.P. Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's J.P. Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin Phils.
And we do have a pitching change for Somerset as the Fightins have bumped out Jansen Junk, and into the game comes Sears, who we believe to be the first out of the pen. He's got 6 appearances in 19 innings pitched, struck out 32 compared to 7 walks, and have held opposing batters to a 2.09 average. Of course, the Fightins had him in game 1, where he went 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, but it wasn't earned. 10 strikeouts and 72 pitches, so we can imagine he'll take the Patriots pretty deep into this game. He'll face off against Dalton Guthrie, who fouls one up the third baseline for his first sight against Sears in this game 6. Of course, the Fightins leading 2-1 over the Patriots, as Jorge Bonifacio was the one who broke the 1-all tie back in the 4th. And the lefty, Sears, gets Guthrie to pop one up. It's going to go foul once again. And the count now 0-2. Guthrie struck out in his first at-bat against Junk. Get to the line on the Somerset starter. 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned. And walked 3, struck out 3 for a total of 70 pitches in 4 innings. So I can see why they took him out now. And the 0-2 now from Sears. Dalton Guthrie at the plate. Guthrie pokes it the other way, but it goes foul. And he'll stay at 0-2. Guthrie won a College World Series title, and he'll push the ball into left field here. On to make the catch is Zenner at the warning track, and that's out number 1 in the top of the 5th. But he did win the College World Series when he led his Florida team to the 2017 national title. But he'll be retired right now in the top of the 5th as Daniel Brito heads up to the batter's box here with 1 away. Phillies trail 2-0 under the Nationals right now after Juan Soto and Victor Robles both get RBIs. Brito taking a ball outside. He's 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles to start off innings. And he'll take 2 balls inside now. This is the first half inning where the Fightins did not start things off with a base runner. Brito was caught off the bag both times, though. He never remained on the base pass to end the inning or crossed home. He'll take a called strike outside, and he'll jump on himself for not swinging at that pitch. You can tell when batters get a little frustrated when something's called and they know they should have went for it. Lefty on lefty. Here's the 2-1. Brito sends it foul right behind home plate into the shaded area. There's only a couple rows of shaded area up in the concourse section, and that is where the majority of fans are trying to hide. And an older fan gives that ball to a couple kids, which is exciting. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Brito with 1 out in the top of the 5th. He'll push it the other way and it'll go foul once again. Almost to the exact same spot. So we'll do it again. The count will remain at 2-2. Here's the pitch. It's chopped up the middle. Is it going to get into the hole? A jump throw by Perez as he gets it behind second base is going to get Brito out. And that's the second time we've seen Perez make that throw. The first time in yesterday's contest, it was not on par. Today it is. And he'll retire Daniel Brito for the first time in today's contest. And now Bryson Stott heading up with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Setting up on the outside part of the plate is Sands, and Stott, takes a fastball that misses upstairs. The 1-0 offering this time downstairs. It's 2-0 to Bryson Stott. The Fightin still retain their 2-1 lead over Somerset here in the top of the 5th. This is a 9-inning contest in this Sunday matinee game. And the 2-0 becomes the 3-0 now, as Stott is remaining in control of this at-bat. He's got 5 walks to enter this game. And you can make it 6 walks now as he heads down to first. The Fightins have a base runner here in the top of the 5th with 2 outs for Matt Bierling. Clearwater has their game tonight. Jersey Shore up 6-3 over the Brooklyn Cyclones in the bottom of the 4th. And they're looking to add some more runs to their lead right now. The Iron Pigs are trailing the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders in the top of the 6th. That score 4-2. And showing signs of bunt Bierling, he'll take a called strike as he pulls back. And the Phillies now trailing 3-0 over the Nationals there in the top of the 4th. That ball bounces before the plate, and I think Bierling was going to go for the bunt if he was able to. Stott takes second on that pitch, so a big stolen base for Bryson Stott as maybe they'll record that a wild pitch, we'll have to check. But as he gets himself into scoring position, with 2 outs for Matt Bierling. And here's the pitch. Bierling pops it up. It's going to end up in right field. And there to make the catch is Polensky to retire the side in the top of the 5th inning. We'll take a short break as we head into the bottom half. The Fightins up 2-1.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Humane Pennsylvania throughout the 2021 season. Humane Pennsylvania is the region's premier leader in animal welfare and empowers the people in our communities to increase their capacity to care for animals so that all animals are safe, healthy, and treated humanely. Humane Pennsylvania is proud to be a Fiesta Friday and Bark in the Park sponsor. Learn more about Humane Pennsylvania and how you can help build the best community anywhere to be an animal by visiting humanepa.org.
To enjoy a perfectly crafted 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola, you must first appreciate its carefully selected ingredients. A dash of cola nut extract, a hint of real sugar, a splash of sparkling water, and a generous amount of attractive spokesperson. Trust me, I'm gorgeous. Cheers to 1893 boldly blended colas, a delicious balancing act of premium ingredients from the makers of Pepsi Cola.
Eastman returns for the bottom of the 5th inning. If he gets an out, that'll be his longest outing thus far. He's on to face Beltre, and his first pitch is low for a ball. The Fightins retain their 2-1 lead as we head into the back half of this game. They knocked the starter out Junk back in the 4th, but Sears came in, and after a walk, he sat down the Fightins. Eastman shaking off Matera. Now he'll come home, and it misses high. Adam Hazley rehabbing for Lehigh Valley. I guess you could call it rehabbing. That's what they put on their sheet. After taking a leave of absence earlier in the season, he returns to baseball as the count now 3-0 to Beltre. Eastman up to 63 pitches. We should see him finish out this half if he doesn't get into some trouble. And he will walk Beltre on 4 pitches as Somerset, a runner on with nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. So Hazley has been spending time in Lehigh Valley after getting some training in up in Clearwater. He has had 11 at-bats, 4 hits, one of them a double, walked twice for a 364 average. Not sure how long he'll spend at the AAA affiliate before heading back up to Philadelphia, but they sure could use a center fielder, so this is pretty good timing for Hazley. And Diego Castillo heading up to the plate. Eastman instead going for the pickoff attempt, but sliding back in time is Beltre. Of course, Castillo has done some damage throughout this series. He's the designated hitter today. He's 2 for 2 with a solo shot that led off in the 1st and a single in the 3rd. But Fightins are set up for the double play. And here is the first offering. It's right down the middle. The throw from Matera down to second on the wrong side of the plate. Honestly, good pickup there by Brito to not let it go into the outfield as it bounced before second, and safely at second is Beltre as he steals the bag and gets himself into scoring position with nobody out in the bottom of the 5th. And that kind of takes away the double play opportunity for the Fightins, which is exactly what he was going for. And that was a strike, though, to Castillo. Eastman looking back at second now. He'll come home, and he misses downstairs. Fightin scoring 2 runs off of 4 hits. Somerset 1 run off of 5 hits. Neither team has made an error thus far. Eastman standing tall on the rubber. He'll look back as a jumpy Beltre stays on second, and it's a called strike into Castillo, who looks upset at himself for not swinging at that pitch. It was right down the middle. And with a runner on second, the count moves to 1-2. puts his bat up above his shoulder. And the offering, swing and a miss as he chases one way outside the strike zone and in the dirt. Eastman picking up his 4th strikeout today and his first out here in the bottom of the 5th. And heading to the dish now will be the catcher, Donnie Sands. And Matera had dropped that strike, but he races to tag Castillo. And Castillo barely noticing as he goes back to the dugout. It does seem like there's going to be a mound visit here. Is Sean Williams coming out of the pen? And I'm not sure. The infield coming in. And I think the day is going to be done for Eastman as he gets 1 out in the 4th. Sean Williams comes in and he takes the ball from him, pleased with his starter's work. We'll see who comes in as we're going to take a quick pitching change here at the ballpark.
Be the first to know everything about your Red and Fightin' Phils by signing up for the Baseball Town Insider email newsletter. Once you become a Baseball Town Insider, you will receive breaking news about Fightin's promotions, including giveaways and guest appearances, special events, exclusive offers, and discounts on tickets and merchandise, just for being a Baseball Town Insider. Visit Fightins.com to sign up for this free email newsletter. Baseball Town Insider. Stay in the loop and become a member today.
T-Mobile is the leader in 5G coverage and speed. No one else covers more Americans with the fastest 5G. The R-Phils are proud to introduce T-Mobile as the title sponsor of our Plaza stage. Fightin' Phils fans can continue to expect great performances on game days and non-game days. The T-Mobile stage is home to great bands, such as the Truest Fightin's mascot band and many others. It will also continue to house great musical performances during the off-season.
Looking for a place to have the ultimate family fun at the Fightins game? Look no further than Geico Funland. Geico Funland features the most exciting games and entertainment at the ballpark, including speed pitch, mini putt golf, ring toss, and peach basket toss, mascot autograph booth, a bounce house, and the incredible giant inflatable slide. Bring your family to all the fun at their next R-Phils game at Geico Funland. And thanks to Pete Shaw, your local Geico insurance agent, located at 2733 Paper Mill Road, Suite X3 in Wyomissing.
Well, there is a pitching change at TD Bank Ballpark. The day is done for Colton Eastman. Can't get to that final line yet as he's responsible for Beltre out on second. But Braden Zarbniski comes in, 6 appearances for him, 10 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts to 1 walk, held opposing batters to a .243 batting average. Now, he came to the Fightin' Phils late in the season, started at High A Jersey Shore and was called up on May 15th. He pitched in relief that night. His last outing was pretty successful. 2 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, and 2 strikeouts. And that was earlier in this series. So this is the second time he's going to face the lineup against the Patriots. He pitched in game 1 on June 1st, and now he'll head off against Donnie Sands with a runner on second and 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. His first offering is a called strike, and that's a good way to start your relief outing. Fightin's lead by only 1 run, so it's imperative that they keep this inning scoreless. He'll come home again, a called strike, this time low in the zone. Beltre taking a slight lead out on second. Zarbniski does not seem concerned at him at all. He'll look back, but and he'll pull off the rubber. It looked like he was going to come home, and instead he'll pull off as he checks in on Beltre. Definitely have to be careful about the movement that you make going home. You don't want to be called for a balk, which would advance the runner. See if he goes home this time. And he does, and he gets a swinging strikeout on 3 pitches to Donnie Sands, who heads back into the dugout. And approaching the plate now, Dermis Garcia. Fightin scoring one in the second, one in the fourth. Somerset scoring their only run so far in the bottom of the first. And that's how we get to the 2-1 score we have now. 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth. They have a runner in scoring position for Dermis Garcia. Takes a ball from the righty. Fastball that misses above the strike zone. Garcia doubling in the first and grounding out in the third. Zarbnisky getting his grip behind him. Now he'll put his glove up at his face. Looks back at the runner, and he comes home to Matera and gets Garcia to chase at a ball high in the strike zone. Here's the 1-1 from Zarbnisky. This time he'll get him to chase a curveball that curves down over the plate and tricks Garcia. So it gets ahead 1-2. Wind still pushing at about 8 miles per hour in Somerset. Right to left. And we'll see if the Fightins can get out of the bottom of the fifth scoreless. Here's the 1-2. He gets him. Zarbnisky comes in and gets the job done, recording 2 strikeouts to help strike out the side. And although Somerset gets their lead runner on, they're going to strand him on the base pass. And as we head into the top of the sixth, the Fightins will retain their 2-1 lead.
The Reading Fightin Phils are proud to partner with Mao Beer throughout the 2021 season. Mao Beer and Mao Cinco Estrellas Lager, which is available in the Stadium Plaza Bar, has 128 amazing years of brewing history. Founded in 1890 in Spain, Mao Beer has always been there to satisfy the most demanding taste buds. Make sure to pick up Mao Beer and Mao Cinco Estrellas Lager at First Energy Stadium at our Plaza Bar throughout the 2021 season and at your local retailer. Mao Beer is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin Phils and all 2021 Fiesta Friday celebration games. Mao Beer, the 5-star taste and the quintessential beer from Madrid. Please drink responsibly.
At Savage 61, our goal is to assist you in making a confident decision. Our friendly, professional staff members are available to answer your questions and listen to your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership at Pottsville Pike today. Fastball, curveball, slider, it's the pitcher's grips that make the difference. And when it comes to cornering, braking, and traction, CJ's Tires and Automotives can improve your car's grip with a new set of Hankook tires. Hankook tires are known for great handling and reliability mile after mile. Together, Hankook Tires and CJ's are your winning team. So whatever your vehicle needs, an oil change, state inspection, brakes, alignments, or Hankook tires, trust CJ's Tires and Automotives in Fairless Hills. CJ Tires and Automotives. They really are better, faster, and more affordable.
Somerset's going to go with their third pitcher of the game here, Reed Anderson, coming on to replace Sears. Surprised that he only went 1 inning of relief. But Anderson, 7 appearances so far, 10 innings pitched, 17 strikeouts to 3 walks, and he's kept opposing batters to a 167 average. Eastman's final line coming in 4 1/3, so that will be his longest outing. 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned. 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, 67 pitches. Pretty good start for the starter. And of course, Zarbnisky coming in to take over the rest of the fifth. He induces 2 swinging strikeouts and gets the job done. The Fightin's still up 2-1 here in the top of the 6th inning, and Jorge Bonifacio stepping up to bat. He's been on base both times, and he'll take a ball low. He checked his swing. Did he go around? He did not. The line coming in on Sears as well. 1 inning pitched, a walk, and that's pretty much it across the board as he threw just 16 pitches to get out of the 5th. Bonifacio fouls one back, and he'll even the count 1-1. He had that solo shot in the 4th that allowed him to take the lead. And he'll foul one back, so the count moves to 2-2. That one hit the throat of Sands as he fouled it back, and he'll just bend over here trying to get his breath back. Let's watch the replay. Right back off of his glove and into his head. And he seems okay, just trying to catch his breath. He'll put his mask back on. And now coming home, he gets Bonifacio to chase one in the dirt. It's a drop third strike, so Sands has to throw down to Garcia, but they get it in time. And there's out number 1 in the top of the 6th. Nick Matera and McCarthy Tatum will be the next batters as Bonifacio is shown walking back into the dugout. Matera makes contact on his first pitch out to center field. On the warning track is Beltre, but he makes the catch. So 2 away quickly in the top of the 6th. The Fightin still leading 2-1. And McCarthy Tatum now heads up to the dish. A ball downstairs. And it's 1-0. This time, he'll get it in the bottom part of the strike zone. And here's the 1-1. It's low again. This time it's a swing and a miss from Tatum as he chases a slider that heads to the outer part of the plate. And the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the offering from Anderson. It almost hits Tatum, who's able to get out of the way. And it's a full count now to McCarthy Tatum with 2 outs here in the 6th. Tatum walked already in his first at-bat. And he'll walk. So McCarthy Tatum taking first for the 2nd time today and base on balls. And Fightin's having a runner on in the top of the 6th. Would love some insurance runs here, but they've got 2 outs for Madison Stokes. Anderson's first offering, it bounces in the dirt. Tatum not able to advance as it was a good catch by Sams. Fightins are pretty solid in the walk column across the board as a team. They've recorded 115. And leading them is, of course, Archimedes Gamboa, not in the lineup today, but Gamboa, 19 walks across the season. That's good for 4th place in the league. Stokes takes a called strike, and now he'll drive one up the third base line. It's a diving Dunn, not able to come up with it, and that is Stokes' second hit of the day. Into second is going to be Tatum. And there's 2 on with 2 outs here. A rally for Josh Stephen. He smoked that ball up the third base line. Oh, and it's actually going to be a double. So Tatum was scoring. So that is Stokes who made it to second. And Tatum scores in the double from Madison Stokes. And the Fightins take a 3-1 lead. Stokes looks pretty jacked out on second base. He's been able to help his team out a lot today. That is his second RBI of the day. And big news for the Fightin' Phils as they have an insurance run with 2 outs now and a runner still in scoring position for Josh Stephen. His first offering, low for a ball. Stokes taking quite a big lead out on second. Burt half covering the bag and half trying to cover his position at short. I'm not sure if Anderson will give him much of a thought, though it looks like they're going to hold him on there. And Stephen fouls one into the Somerset dugout. The count now 1-1 to Stephen. With 2 outs here in the top of the 6th, the Fightins have a runner on second, and they've extended their lead 3-1. Bounces in the dirt. Sands with a good block behind the plate. The Phillies take a 4-3 lead over the Nationals in the bottom of the 4th inning. And a ball in the dirt once again, so Stephen makes the count 3-1 now. Bohm walked in a run, and then Ronald Torreyes grounded into a fielder's choice that scored Andrew McCutcheon. So now they take a 4-3 lead as they were trailing earlier in the game. And here's the 3-1. It's chopped foul behind the plate. So the count will be full to Josh Stephen here as the Fightins trying to extend their 3-1 lead. They've got a runner on second with 2 outs. Stokes taking a lead off of second. Here's the full count pitch, and he walks Josh Stephen. So once again, Fightins have 2 on and 2 outs here as they try to rally in the top of the 6th inning. Here's Dalton Guthrie. Guthrie has yet to reach a base here in Sunday's matinee game. And the first pitch, a called strike to Guthrie. It comes in upstairs. The count evens 1-1. Madison Stokes out on second. Josh Stephen over on first. There's 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. But the Fightin's threatening for some insurance runs. And hopefully they can do the same as the Phillies as the Phillies extend their lead now to 5-3 over the Nationals. And Guthrie swings and misses, so the count moves to 1-2. And lining it foul. It ropes foul up the third base line. And Guthrie had some heat on the ball. So the count will remain 1-2 to Guthrie. With 2 runners on and 2's out. Here's the pitch. It's outside for a ball. Obviously a base open for the Patriots, but the Fightin seem in complete control of this game, both offensively and on the mound today. And we hope they're able to get the job done. With 2 on and 2 out. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Anderson. It's low again. Same spot, he misses, and Guthrie not chasing it. So it's a full count pitch. Anderson taking a break, stepping off of the mound. Now the righty steps back onto the first base side of the rubber. And here's the payoff pitch to Guthrie. It is a called strike 3, and he knew it as he heads back into the dugout. The Fightin strand 2, but not before they tack on another run off of the bat of Madison Stokes. They have a 3-1 lead as we head into the bottom of the 6th inning.
Better pitching, faster base runners, and more runs batted in usually beats the competition. At CJ's Tire and Automotive, better selection, faster service, and more affordable options always beats the competition. When it comes to tires, CJ's MVP choice is a new set of Falken tires. Falken tires are known for handling, reliability, and value. And for more than 50 years, CJ's has been helping customers find the right tires at the right price. Together, Falken Tires and CJ's are a winning team. Stop in any time at your local CJ's or shop online at cjtires.com. CJ Tires and Automotive. Better, faster, and more reliable.
We've been privileged at ROG Orthodontics to be part of the local community for over 60 years, creating generations of fantastic smiles.
We're honored to be voted the #1 orthodontist year after year and proud to be the top Invisalign provider in the region.
We passionately believe we're changing lives every day right here in the community where we live.
We offer interest-free, flexible payment plans
and provide monthly scholarship programs for free braces.
Be sure to check out our magnet contest to win free braces.
We love seeing our patients' successes, knowing we had a part in changing lives.
One fantastic smile at a time.
Savage 61 is a proud sponsor of Fiesta Fridays. Enjoy an R-Phil's game, great food, music, and entertainment. The team will play as Los Luchadores de Reading Latino Tribute uniforms. Visit Timmy Profit and Savage 61 Pennsylvania's most awarded dealership for all your automotive needs.
Well, here we go into the bottom of the 6th inning. The Fightins extend their lead 3-1 over the Patriots. Kyle Goglowski coming out now, 5 appearances, 10 and 2/3 innings. He's typically mixes between the starter and the bullpen, and I'm guessing that he was supposed to be the piggyback off of Eastman today. They wanted to get him a clean inning, so Zarbnisky took the final 2 outs in the 5th, and Goglowski will start his appearance here in the bottom of the 6th. The Phillies also extend their lead in the game as well. Odubel Herrera with an RBI single, scoring 2. It's 7-3 over the Nationals in the bottom of the 4th. And Goglowski's first pitch is a strike to Zach Zenner. And he'll get a foul ball off of Zenner, and he gets ahead 0-2. Both teams using 3 pitchers thus far. It's now 92 degrees in Somerset. This time will hit the inside, and it'll be a ball. And he'll get a called strike 3 from Biarretta at the plate. And down goes Zenner, who looks a little bit frustrated, but Goglowski picking up the first out here in the bottom of the 6th. And that's 4 straight strikeouts for the R-Phil's pitching staff, as Eastman got 1 in the 5th, Zarbnisky 2 in the 5th, and now Goglowski with 1 in the 6th to sit down the Patriots. He will face Oliver Dunn, who he sends a ball inside to. Dunn in the lefty batter's box, and the righty Goglowski will have to face the lefty. And he doesn't get the strike he's looking for. I guess that pitch was high. This time, Dunn fouls one back into the netting behind home plate. And it's 2-1. One away in the bottom of the 6th. The Fightins lead 3-1 over the Patriots as we head into the later parts of this contest. Here's the 2-1 from Goglowski. It's inside. And that ball is hit sharply to the right fielder, Matt Vierling, going back at the wall. And he makes the grab. A huge out. Number 2 here in the bottom of the 6th, Vierling jumps up at the wall on the warning track and absolutely robs Dunn of a home run. And he's smiling out there. Good out for Matt Vierling. And 2 away now in the 6th as Goglowski on to face Burt. He'll get a ball outside. And Burt singling up the right field line. It just stays fair. And Vierling gets it in right field and throws it back. So base runner here in the 6th with 2 outs for Aaron Polensky. He'll get a called strike to Polensky. And here's the 0-1 from Goglowski. It's way outside. Good stop by Matera. And now Matera coming out to have a mound visit with Goglowski as he's fallen behind 2-1 to Polensky, and I think they have a strategy to try to get the final out here. In the bottom of the 6th, the Fightins looking to preserve their 3-1 lead, and then they'll head back up. You can tell it's hot at the ballpark. And now Matera settling back. And he'll throw a ball. So the count now 3-1 to Polensky. And the offering's upstairs, so Polensky will walk down to first, and Burt heads to second. There's 2 on with 2 outs in the 6th. And Goglowski will now face Christian Perez, who's 0 for 2 today and has not had a hit here in Double-A, though he joined the team yesterday. So Perez stepping into the righty batter's box. Here's the offering. It breaks right into the strike zone. That was a fantastic pitch from Goglowski that just absolutely fooled Perez. Thought it was going to end up upstairs, and it broke right over the plate. Perez tries to crowd the dish, although he steps back in the box. And Goglowski giving Burt a second thought behind second, so he'll have to turn his body. The righty has pretty good eyes on him, but he's going to set up on the rubber this time, and now he'll come home and he pegs Perez on the back. So he'll trot down to first, and suddenly the bases are loaded here with 2 outs. Perez couldn't have gotten out of the way of that one as he turned, but he got him on the left shoulder. And I think there'll be a mound visit now as Bergeson comes out to chat with Goglowski. Try to settle him down here. There's 2 away, and they should be able to get out of this one clean. Of course, the insurance run helped back in the top of the 6th, that it's a 2-run ball game now. Goglowski looking a little frustrated, but a good pep talk there from Berge. And we'll see if he can get the job done. The wind picking up a little bit right to left now. And the flag out in center field is flowing fully. Bring us up to Michael Beltre, his 4th at-bat, 2 strikeouts and a walk. And with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 6th, Somerset would love nothing more to tack on some runs, chip away at the Fightins' lead, but the Fightins trying to shut him down. Goglowski's first offering, it's low. And Goglowski deals this time. It grazes the strike zone. And it's 1-1. And the pitch, a changeup, but it misses outside. Thought that was a good pitch, but we'll do it again. Bases juiced, as the Patriots have one on all of them, and there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. The Fightin's up by 2. And now the 2-1 from Goglowski. It misses upstairs. There's nowhere to put him. But Goglowski gets a swinging strike out of Beltre, and the count is now full. This is the moment, folks. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. The Fightin's up 3-1 over the Patriots. Beltre going to step out and try to regroup here. Goglowski, deep breath. Here's the payoff pitch, and he gets him! A called strike on the inside corner, and Goglowski retires the Patriots as they strand runners on all the bases. The Fightins will keep their 3-1 lead as we head into the top of the 7th inning.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, are you okay? The hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530. The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Well, Kyle Goglowski gets out of a jam as the Patriots fail to score after having the bases loaded. It's 3-1 Fightins here in the top of the 7th. And Daniel Brito swings at the first pitch he sees from Anderson. And he falls behind 0-1. Anderson coming out in relief after getting in the 6th. And he allowed 1 run to score off the bat of Madison Stokes. He'll throw a ball to Brito. And the count evens at 1. Brito pops 1 foul into the stands. It's 1-2. Brito, big day at the plate. 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Struggled on the bases running. Coming home is Reed. Lofting it up into the sky is Brito on the run. Making the catch is Zenner in shallow left field, and that's 1 away. The Phillies had a 7-run 4th inning as they lead the Nationals now 7-3. And Jersey Shore still maintains the lead, although it's 6-5 now in the bottom of the 6th over the Brooklyn Cyclones. And the Iron Pigs trail by just 1 run to the Rail Riders in the bottom of the 8th. As I said earlier, Clearwater plays tonight, the Phillies' other affiliate. And it's Bryson Stott who's up at the plate, takes a ball. Swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt, and it evens at 1. It's a ball to Stott, and he's already walked once today. We'll see if he can hang tough as he fouls back a pitch. And he'll foul off another one to stay alive. Stott just settling into Double-A baseball. I've heard from the players it is a huge gap from high A to Double-A. The shift is a lot different, the level of talent a lot different, the expectations much higher. And so Stott will take some time to develop into that. 1 out in the top of the 7th. The Fightin's leading 3 runs off of 5 hits. Somerset trails 1 run off of 6 hits. No errors in the field. And here's the 2-2 to Stott. It's outside. And Fightin Phil's batters are really working the count. And Stott will walk for the 2nd time today. Just 7 walks since he joined, or not just, 7 walks since he joined the R-Phils not even 7 days ago in 6 games. And so Fightins have a runner on now with 1 away in the top of the 7th. Two pickoff attempts in a row to Stott over at first. He's known for his above-average base running. That was charted by the scouts, and he's got a lot of tools, Bryson Stott, hitting for average and power. As we talked about his OPS, of course. Also base running and defensively, he's pretty stellar. So finally, he'll go home to Vierling, and he'll get a called strike. And with a runner on and 1 out, Matt Vierling takes an 0-1 pitch, driving it up the gap between short and third. He'll have himself a single here as Bryson Stott shifts to second. Vierling's first time on the base paths. And there's quickly 2 on and 1 out. Vierling extends his on-base streak to 10 games now, his hit streak to 4, which is his longest of the season. And looks like they're going to take the ball away from Reed Anderson. As we take a short break, we're going to wait for the pitching change.
The Blue Marsh Insurance Foul Porch is an exclusive group experience. Located in our left field corner, groups of 20 to 30 people are treated to 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet and drinks, in a festive atmosphere with a bird's-eye view for the visiting bullpen. Regular game tickets are $31 per person for groups of 20 or more. Call us today at 610-370-BALL to reserve a spot for your group. When the Red and Fightin' Phils get hungry, we turn to our team feed partners. Special thanks to Wild Missing's Family Restaurant Bakery, PJ Willahan's Pub and Restaurant, Collegeville Italian Bakery Pizzeria Napolitana, Jimmy G's Railroad House, Mimo's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria, and Klingers on Carsonia for making sure the Fightin' Phils front office is never hungry on game day. Our staff enjoys delicious meals from our team feed partners, but don't take our word for it. Find out for yourself today. The Helping Company is a proud naming rights sponsor for the Hall of Famer Stadium area at First Energy Stadium, and a presenting naming sponsor of 5 firework nights this season. The Helping Company is a locally owned family business with over 20 years of experience, offering free roof inspections and storm damage repairs, plus so much more. Give them a call today at 610-234-2210 for your roofing needs, or visit their website 24/7 at thcexteriors.com. The Helping Company, your local roofing specialist.
Well, there is a pitching change as the day is done for Reed Anderson. And we can't close his final line yet because he's responsible for 2 runners on the base paths. Into the game, Kevin Goodea. 6 appearances, 8 innings pitched. He's held opposing batters to a 133 batting average. And we'll see what he can do with just 1 out in the 7th. And the Fightins have 2 runners on for Jorge Bonifacio. Bryson Stott at second. Matt Vierling over at first. And Bonifacio stepping into the right-handed batter's box. Here's the first offering from Goodea. Bonifacio chases one outside, and he'll foul it back. Fightins are leading 3-1 here in the top of the 7th. And Bonifacio unleashes as it's roped into left field. It bounces off of the wall, coming around third and hustling home as he slides in before the tag is Vierling, and Bonifacio gets thrown out trying to make a triple out of things. And I think it'll be recorded as a double, and then he gets thrown out. The throw coming in from the left fielder, Zenner. And he did hit a cutoff man as Burt throws it home. And realizing they're not going to get the out at home, Sands fires back to Dunn at third. And they tag Bonifacio. He is hustling, and I'm not sure if he was, as he saw the throw coming home, that's when he hustled over to third, and they were able to make the tag. So there is 2 outs, but the Fightins tack on 2 runs. So a big hit from Bonifacio, and I would imagine that they do score that a double and then out on the throw, but we'll see. They do. And so he doubles and scores 2, and Matera fouls one off and is brought to his knee. Having trouble staying balanced. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike to Nick Matera with 2 outs. The Fightins lead 5-1. And he'll take one low for a ball. Fightin's putting a lot of pressure on the Somerset bullpen, hoping to get their second win of this series. And comes in way inside to Matera. And now he fouls one up, so the count will be full with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Matera drives one deep to left field and makes the catch. Zenner, it's a can of corn. Looked like it had a little bit more on it than it did, and that will retire the Fightins. They lead 5-1 heading into the bottom of the 7th. We'll take a short break before we see who's up for the defense.
The award-winning Reading Hospital Tower Health Character Pool Party provides an unforgettable night out with your family and friends. Enjoy a baseball game while swimming in the 87-degree heated pool directly behind the right field home run wall. Plus 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet and photos and autographs with the crazy hot dog vendor and the Fightin' Phils mascot band. Regular game tickets are $30 per person for groups of 20 or more. Give us a call today at 610-370-BALL.
T-Mobile is the leader in 5G coverage and speed. No one else covers more Americans with the fastest 5G. The RPils are proud to introduce T-Mobile as the title sponsor of our Plaza stage. Fightin' Phils fans can continue to expect great performances on game days and non-game days. The T-Mobile stage is home to great bands, such as the Truest Fightin's mascot band and many others. It will also continue to house great musical performances during the off-season.
Unlike any other area at First Energy Stadium, the Stadium 61 Dugout Suite puts you at the closest seat to the action on field, located just feet away from the diamond on the first base side. With covered seating, ability and motion accessible seating, and the most unique view around, your group will thank you over and over again for a one-of-a-kind experience. Tickets for the Dugout Suite are $27 and include options to add food or drink packages.
Kyle Gogowski comes in for another inning of work, but he has some run support to work off of now. The Fightins lead 5-1 over the Patriots. And Diego Castillo has a 1-1 count now after taking a ball and a called strike. Goglowski kicks and fires. He'll get a called strike as the ball breaks into the zone. And here's the 1-2 offering. Trying to stop his swing is Castillo, but instead he makes contact. It's over to short. The throw from Stott was off the bag, and they're saying that it's a hit because it was a slow roller out to short. And Stokes tried his best to make the tag, and it was honestly incredible. I think if he touched him, he was out. I'm not sure if he touched him, but he's safe on first, and Castillo leads off with a single to start off the bottom of the 7th. There's nobody out. Sands' first pitch, she fouls it back. And he'll take a called strike from Goglowski. Now we'll send one upstairs. A little chin music to Stans as he backs out of the box. The count is 1-2. Reading, 5 runs on 7 hits. And Somerset 1 run on 7 hits as well. But the Fightins really capitalized with scoring position, and they've taken a bunch of walks as they've showcased their patience at the plate. Sands takes one low. And the count moves to 2-2. And it misses outside again, so it's a full count now to Sands with a runner on first and nobody out. And after getting ahead 0-2, Goglowski misses with ball 4, so we'll send Sands down to first, and Castillo shifts over to second. So here's Dermis Garcia with 2 on and nobody out. The Fightins have increased their lead 5-1. Which I think will turn out to be huge in the end. And Garcia takes a called strike. Looking forward to the boys returning home. They will take the bus back from Somerset as soon as this game ends. And they will retrieve their cars, have the rest of the afternoon off, or night, I guess, by the time they get back. Perhaps about 7 or so. And then they will have Monday off to recoup before coming back to the ballpark. And some of them will come in on Monday. They just like to get settled back in, get their stuff that was cleaned by our wonderful clubhouse attendant, Nick. And here's the 1-1 as Garcia chases and misses. And then we'll see them home Tuesday through Sunday at America's Classic Ballpark. They take on the Hartford Yard Goats, the Rockies affiliate. And I have to be honest, that is going to be a very great series in my opinion. I think the teams are easily matched, and I think it's going to be exciting. So I encourage everyone to come out to a game. And he'll ring up Garcia. Biarretta gives him a called third strike, and that's out number 1 for Goglowski, a big pickup. His 3rd strikeout of the afternoon. Zach Zenner's turn to bat. Walked one, and he's been retired twice. Take a swinging strike for his first pitch. And it would be great if the Fightins could turn two. They have not yet this afternoon, but this would be a big moment as there's runners on first and second for the Patriots with one out. And a big breaking ball gets strike number 2 as Goglowski moves ahead 0-2 here to Zenner. Goglowski gets the sign from Matera. Now he'll set up on the rubber, kicks and fires home. It's a called strike 3. And once again, Biarretta ringing up a Patriot. Out number 2 here in the 7th. And with 2 runners on, that's a huge difference here for Goglowski as he's going to face Oliver Dunn. Fastball that just grazes the corner. And Zenner kicking himself for not swinging. Goglowski's first offering, it's in the dirt. It gets by Matera. The runners will advance. And now it's second and third with 2 outs. And I believe that will be recorded a wild pitch. But runners on. Second and third now with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. The Fightins up 5-1. And Goglowski on to face Oliver Dunn, who's up 1-0. Outside, and it's 2-0. Last inning, Goglowski got himself out of a bases-loaded jam. And we'll see if he could do the same in this half. Of course, first base is open if need be. But Oliver Dunn gets a called strike on the corner. Beautiful frame there by Matera to keep it in the zone. And we'll see what Goglowski has to offer. It's going to be a ball inside. And so it's 3-1. Two on, 2 outs here. And the 3-1 turns into 4-1 as Dunn walks to first. And once again, the bases are jammed for the second consecutive inning for the Patriots. And we'll see what Kyle Goglowski, if he's able to do it again. He's going to take a mound visit from Nick Matera. It looks like it'll just be the 2 of them as they walk from the infield grass up on the mound. And Brad Bergeson is going to come out again. So we saw him come out back when there was bases loaded, and he was able to get Michael Beltre out on strikes to retire the Patriots without any runs. We'll see if he could do so in this house. And the umpire coming in saying, break it up. And they do, as Bergie heads back into the dugout. And so Max Burt heading up to the plate with the bases loaded and 2 outs, though this time the Fightins are up 5-1. And the first pitch comes in the dirt. Good block there by Matera. They'll throw it away and get another baseball. And it's 2-0 now as Burt takes a ball way inside. He's able to get out of the way of it. And you can make the count 3-0 now as it's 3 straight balls from Kyle Goglowski. No free bases available as they are loaded here in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs. And he gets a called strike on the inside. Man, was that close. And he'll stay alive here as Max Burt's count moves to 3-1. Sixers fell to game 1 against the Hawks. They lose only by 4 points, and they really put on a show in the 4th quarter. And Burt walks down to first, so that will walk in a run as Castillo crosses the plate. Sands shift to third, and Dunn over to first. And it'll be 5-2 now for Aaron Polensky. They scored 41 points in the 4th quarter, but it was just not enough as the Hawks had a good first half. And now Sean Williams is going to come out and take the ball away from Kyle Goglowski. We'll take a short break while we find out who is going to come in to try to get us out of this half inning.
The Seidel Auto Group Deck Picnic appeals to both die-hard and casual fans with a summer picnic-like and fun tailgate atmosphere. During your picnic, you may even catch a souvenir as the area is situated directly in prime home run territory behind the left field wall. Regular game tickets are $29 per person for groups of 20 or more, and children 4 and under are free. Visit Fightins.com/groups or call 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
Enjoy the ultimate season ticket package with the Riverfront Federal Credit Union VIP Club season membership. Benefits of the VIP Club include a padded seat bottom and back, exclusive entrance which opens 10 minutes early with immediate access to your seats, special tickets with your name and a voucher for a hot dog, soda, and a bag of chips at each game, plus 2 VIP Club pregame cocktail parties each season. What are you waiting for? Join the Riverfront Federal Credit Union Fightin' Phils Season Ticket VIP Club membership today.
Be the first to know everything about your Red and Fightin' Phils by signing up for the Baseball Town Insider email newsletter. Once you become a Baseball Town Insider, you will receive breaking news about Fightin's promotions, including giveaways and guest appearances, special events, exclusive offers, and discounts on tickets and merchandise, just for being a Baseball Town Insider. Visit Fightins.com to sign up for this free email newsletter. The Baseball Town Insider. Stay in the loop and become a member today.
Well, we're stuck in the bottom of the 7th inning. Kyle Goglowski hands the ball over to Jacob Hernandez. And Hernandez shoots one low to Polensky. The bases are loaded here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the Fightins are up by 3 runs still. Somerset has plated one here in the 7th. And Hernandez sends one low. Hernandez has been the go-to closer for the Fightins. He did blow a save earlier in the series, which was a bummer. I guess he didn't get the blown save. It ended up a 2-run homer in the 9th that tied the ball game, but we'll see how well he can bounce back. Although it's 3 straight balls to Polensky, and there's nowhere to put a runner as the bases are jammed. He gets Polensky to foul one into the Somerset dugout. And this is a big moment here for the Fightin' Phils if they're able to get out of this inning without any more damage. And that's what the importance of insurance runs does for you. You have more wiggle room if something does come up. And those 2 runs they got in the top of the 7th are sure helping now. As it's 5-2. And he gets Polensky to foul off another one. So Hernandez battling back into this at-bat after being down 3-0. And the bases are loaded with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Hernandez, deep breath. The lefty sends one home. It's fouled back once again. Goglowski responsible for all of these base runners. And Hernandez comes on and inherits 3. So his line could really change depending on what happens here. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Here is the payoff pitch. And it is fouled again. It's the 7th pitch of the at-bat to Polensky. 3 balls and 4 fouls. As we're going to see who comes out on top. This could definitely be the make or break moment for either team. Hernandez, bases loaded, 2 outs. The lefty with the payoff pitch and a swinging strike. He gets out of the inning cleanly. Polensky goes down swinging, and the score remains 5-2. Reading Fightin' Phils as Hernandez is pumped, and he saves the line for Goglowski, recording the strikeout to get out of the inning without any more damage. It is 5-2 Fightin' Phils as we head into the 8th.
You can add a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet to any Reading Fightin' Phils game ticket for only $18. No need to visit the concession stands. You can add a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet to any ticket. Selection includes barbecue chicken, barbecue sandwiches, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, hot dogs, mac and cheese, corn, pasta salad, baked beans, potato salad, chips, fruit, cookies, and Pepsi products. Call the Fightins at 610-370-BALL, order online at Fightins.com, or visit the Weidenhammer ticket office at First Energy Stadium.
Savage Auto Groups is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. Our large inventory and wide selection of models, along with competitive pricing, allow us to make great deals on many vehicle makes and models. Visit Savage 61, Kia, and L&B in Berks County for all your automotive needs. Established in 1928, the Manor Golf Club is one of the oldest public courses in eastern Pennsylvania. Located conveniently between Philadelphia, Lancaster, and Allentown in Sinking Spring, the Manor Golf Club offers a true test of golf on a traditional championship-style golf course where shot making takes precedence over length. Visit themanorgolfclub.com for more information.
Top of the 8th we go. The Fightins retain their 5-2 lead after Somerset tacks one on in the 7th. And Hernandez coming in with the bases loaded, able to get the strikeout that he needs, and the team ends up striking out the side. Gogloski's final line, 1 2/3, 2 hits, just 1 run. And that was the one he ended up walking in, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts for a total of 51 pitches. But Hernandez really saved that line for Gogloski as he was responsible for those full bases. And a big pickup there by the closer. We'll see him if he comes out again in the 8th and potentially still got the 8th and 9th as well, as Somerset is in the home team. But Kevin Gadea will head back onto the mound to face McCarthy Tatum. Tatum drops one in front of Beltre out in center, and he'll lead things off with a base knock in the top of the 8th. So now it is Madison Stokes' turn at the plate. He's 2 for 3, but the 3 was a sacrifice fly. But first, Gadea will go for the pickoff attempt to Tatum. Now he'll come home as Stokes swings and misses to count his 0-1. Here's the offering by Gadea, swing and a miss as Stokes chases one up and in. And he'll get strike 3 as once again Stokes chases one high in the zone. So now there is 1 out here in the 8th for Josh Stephen. Runner on first as Tatum taking a nice lead. And the Fightins up 5-2. And Steven now in the lefty batter's box. He'll poke one the other way. It'll get in the hole between short and third. And Josh Stevens has himself a base knock in today's contest as Tatum moves over to second. And he looks relieved over at first. He's got himself a hit. Just 1 for 11 coming into today's game. And here is Dalton Guthrie. Two on, 1 out in the top of the 8th. The Fightins up 5-2 over the Patriots. Here's the first offering. It's right down the middle to Guthrie. Leaning over, Gadea. He'll get the sign, and here's his offering, a breaking ball that's a called strike. Oh, and 2 now to Guthrie, who's looking for his first hit of the day. Tatum on second, Steven on first. And now the 0-2 offering from Gadea. It's outside in the dirt, good block by Stantz. And Guthrie's count moving to 1-2 now as he fights. Both runners taking a pretty sizable lead, no one covering either bag. So anything that gets by Sands is going to result in some bases. And he picks that one up nicely as it comes in the dirt, and Guthrie moves his count 2-2. Two on, one out here in the top of the 8th. Looking back at Tatum, now he goes home, and Guthrie chases one outside and is sent to his knees. That's 2 strikeouts for Gadea in this half. And Fightins are down to their final out here in the 8th for Daniel Brito. And they've got still 2 on here. They're up by 3. Brito raising his batting average to 267, but his OPS to 656 as he takes a called strike outside. We've seen a lot of base runners for either team, a lot of runners in scoring position being left on as Brito takes the called strike. Fightins have left 6 on the base paths as Somerset has left 12 on the base pass as they've loaded the bases twice in the past 2 half innings and have not been able to get anyone across. Brito pokes it the other way. Dunn double grips it, but then he sends it across the diamond for the out. And the Fightins will strand 2. As we head into the bottom of the 8th, they lead 5-2 over Somerset.
Shots Electric has been in business 45 years. Tompkins Vist Bank does everything for us from our banking to our insurance. They provided us new ideas and solutions. For example, remote deposit. It's very convenient because it's 24/7. I'm confident Tompkins Vist will be with us in the future.
Tompkins Vist Bank and Tompkins Insurance. Service, stability, strength. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Tompkins Insurance products are not FDIC insured and are not bank guaranteed.
The Fightins feature special pregame happy hours every Monday through Thursday at the Yingling Hometown Tap Room. Tompkins Vist Bank Plaza opens at least 2 hours before game time for all happy hours. In addition to $1 off Rusty Rail Brewing thanks to Windsor Distributing, all happy hours feature live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's happy hour every Monday through Thursday home games thanks to Rusty Rail Brewing and Windsor Distributing.
The Reading Fightin' Phil's birthday party package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there is no better birthday than a Fightin's birthday. The Fightin's Fan Birthday Package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $120. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
Well, we have officially eclipsed the 3-hour mark here. Emily Messina on the air live from First Energy Stadium to call this game on the road at TD Bank Ballpark. Jacob Hernandez comes in for a full inning of work, hopefully, as he retired the Patriots, getting the last out of the 7th with the bases loaded. And he'll face off the number 9 hitter, Perez, as he gets a called strike and a foul ball. Perez still looking for his first hit since joining the team yesterday, although he was on base in the 6th after being hit by a pitch. Fightin's up 5 runs on 9 hits compared to Somerset's 2 runs on 7 hits. Nobody's made an error in the field. And here's the 0-2 from Hernandez. Checking his swing is Perez, but he did not go around, says first base umpire Moore. And so that'll be recorded a ball. And the 1-2 now, it's low. So Perez will move to 2-2. A dance watch party heading onto the field this afternoon into tonight from the Academy of Movement of the Yoakum Institute. So we're pleased to have them out on our field to perform a little bit and watch them on our big video board. And popping it up is Perez. Heading into the concourse area, it's a fight with some kids with some gloves trying to nab it. And the count will remain at 2-2. Hernandez trying to get his first out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And flying out to left is going to be Perez, as Stephen able to make the grab. So there's one away here in the bottom of the 8th. The Fightin's still up 5-2. And we're back to the top of the Somerset Patriots order with Michael Beltre and Diego Castillo. The first off ring is up high. And the second pitch, a called strike at the corner. So it's 1-1 now. Hernandez looking for his second out here in the 8th. We can recap the scoring a little bit for y'all. The Fightin started their run scoring back in the 2nd inning. And Hernandez getting his second called strike here. When Madison Stokes' sacrifice fly plated Bonifacio, then Bonifacio's solo shot added a run in the 4th. Stokes again with some RBIs, a double in the 6th, sent Tatum across the plate, and Hernandez getting Michael Beltre out on strikes, so that'll be 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. And then, of course, the Fightin's tacking on 2 more in the 7th. A double off of Jorge Bonifacio scored Stott and Vierling. And that's how they got 5 on their end. Castillo swings on the first pitch he sees, but he misses, and it's a strike. And he makes contact, poking it deep to short. Stott across the diamond. It's a good throw, but it doesn't get picked up by Stokes. And that was so deep in the hole, that's going to be a single. I think he would have made it even if it was a perfect throw either way. And now Castillo, 4 for 5 today. 3 singles, a home run, 2 runs scored. Pretty impressive for the designated hitter. And here's Donnie Sands. Hernandez looks over at Castillo on first. Instead, he's going to go home And it's a ground ball to Stott. This time he'll go for the easy out at second, and he'll get Castillo on the force. That's going to be 6-4 in your scorebooks, and that'll retire the Somerset Patriots in the 8th. Fightin still lead 5-2 as they head into the top of the 9th.
At Savage 61, our goal is to assist you in making a confident decision. Our friendly, professional staff members are available to answer all of your questions and listen to all of your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership on Pottsville Pike today. The R-Phils and Savage 61 are excited to bring you Fightin's Baseball live from the comfort of your own home. If you are listening to this now, you're probably watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. Thanks for tuning in, and feel free to check us out on rphils.com/pressbox for all the elite baseball information on the Fightin' Phils. The world-famous Fightin' Phils mascot band celebrates its 21st season in 2021, with pregame concerts starting Saturdays in May thanks to Truist. You heard right, actual mascots playing in a rock and roll band. See Quack the Rubber Duck on lead vocals and guitar, Screwball on drums, Bucky on bass, Change Up on bongos, and Blooper on lead guitar. A real band jamming on the T-Mobile stage before Saturday games this season. Don't miss the one-of-a-kind Fightin' Phils mascot band. Pre-game on Saturdays thanks to Truist.
The end of the day for Kevin Gadea as Greg Weissert comes in to close. Weissert 3 for 4 in saves and 10 1/3 innings. And he's got 17 strikeouts compared to 3 walks. He's on to face Bryson Stott. And of course, managers can give a little bit more freedom with a larger bullpen here, knowing that tomorrow is a day off. And the first offering to Bryson Stott is a ball low. The second one, a called strike at the knees. Scott, 2 walks in today's contest and a run scored. It's 92 degrees in Somerset right now, and he'll take another called strike on the corner. Weissert leaning down, and he gets the sign from Sands behind the plate. Finally, they agree on something. And Stott fouls one back to keep the count 1-2. And here's the 1-2 now, swing and a miss as Stott chases some high heat. And there's 1 out in the top of the 9th. Fightin's 5 runs on 9 hits. Somerset 2 runs on 8 hits. Stott tossing the bat up and down as he walks back to the dugout, a little frustrated. And Matt Vierling heads up to the dish. 1 for 3 today. All of his others, though, deep fly balls to left, center, and right. So he pretty much covers every territory out in the outfield. But he'll take a ball. And now he'll take a called strike inside as a curve from Weiser grazes the strike zone. Here's the 1-1 from Weiser to Vierling. Vierling lofts it foul. And the count moves to 1-2 with 1 out in the ninth. Fightins are up by 3, and they look to maintain that lead. I'm interested to see who they bring out for the ninth to shut things down. Typically, it would be Hernandez or Cesar. Now, Hernandez has already pitched an inning and a third as Vierling fouls one up the third baseline. So I'm not sure they're going to bring him out. He's got 21 pitches. They might. My instinct says Billy Sullivan, but it's Brian Marconi who we can see warming in the bullpen. We saw Sullivan yesterday, or maybe that was Friday at this point. And Vierling sends one into right field. It's going to drop in front of Polensky right on the line. And a solid piece of hitting from Vierling to poke a fastball the other way. He'll end up on first base with just 1 out. That'll bring up Jorge Bonifacio. Bonifacio seeming to have found his groove these past couple of days. Hit his 5th home run of the season. He's added a double as well and a walk. He'll chase one way outside, regrettably. And the count moves to 0-1. Bonifacio fouling it off. He's chasing them outside. And he's really being fooled by these pitches outside in the zone. So 0-2 now. Bonifacio with a .993 OPS. So pretty much every time he gets a base hit, it's for extra bases. He's got the power, and he takes one inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Vierling on first. There's 1 out here in the top of the ninth. And Fightin's up 5-2. Pickoff attempt now to Vierling. He looks at his hand, and hopefully he's okay. He was battling some hand soreness due to overuse, he said. But he's back in the lineup yesterday and today, so hopefully that means we'll get to see him playing at First Energy Stadium with a day off tomorrow. And Bonifacio taking a ball, so the count now 2-2. 1 out in the top of the ninth. Here's the offering, and he pops it foul. So we'll do it again. And it's downstairs. It's a full count. Checking in on the rest of the league. The Iron Pigs fell to the Rail Riders 4-3. And Jersey Shore still fighting in their game. They're up 9-6 now over the Cyclones in the bottom of the 8th inning. And the Phillies still maintaining their lead. It's 12-6. Bonifacio poking one. He travels at one down in the strike zone. This time he makes contact. He moves all the way to left field as Vierling ends up at third. And a single for Bonifacio as he moves to 3 for 4 today. And he really pushed himself to make contact with one that was low and away. Those have been strikes for him all day as he chases them, and it's actually a double as he ends up on second double of the day. And he's all smiles out there, his third double of the season. JT Realmuto on a 3-run shot. That's what's making it 12-6 over the Nationals in that game. And with runners on second and third and just one away, Weissert deals to Matera. It's going to be a strike. And it's low. Matera holds his swing. Sean Williams in his classic place outside of the third base batter's box. He's closer to home, and he's waiting to swing around and wave around Vierling and hopefully Bonifacio at second. And that's when you know it's an intense moment as the ground ball moves foul up the third base line. Weissert in a jam here with one out in the top of the ninth. Fightin's up by 3 runs, and they're hoping to get some more insurance as they head into the bottom half. Here's the 1-2 to Matera. It's a strike 3, and he's rung up by Biarretta. So there's 2 outs now in the top of the ninth for McCarthy Tatum. Tatum's been on 3 times today. Technically 1 for 2, but he's walked twice and scored once. There's an open base on first, Bonifacio on second, and Vierling on third. And the Fightins, of course, up 5-2 here in the top of the ninth. Weissert deals, and he gets a called strike on the corner. Tatum pokes it the other way, but it moves foul. And he's down 0-2, right into the speed pitch area up on the concourse where some kids are practicing how hard they could throw. Did you know the Athletics once signed a guy who was playing on their speed pitch machine and he threw like 95, mid-90s. And they actually scouted him. He ended up being like a ball player. And they signed him. Half a story because I'm not sure what's happened to him since then as Tatum fouls another one off. And with 2 on and 2 outs here in the top of the ninth, the 0-2 to Tatum, he strikes out swinging as he chases a ball in the dirt. Weissert strikes out the side as he strands 2 runners on the base pass, and the Fightins looking to maintain their 5-2 lead as we head into the bottom half of the ninth.
The Fightins feature special pregame happy hours every Monday through Thursday at the Yuengling Hometown Tap Room. Tompkins Bank Plaza opens at least 2 hours before game time for all happy hours. In addition to $1 off Rusty Rail Brewing thanks to Windsor Distributing, all happy hours feature live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's happy hour every Monday through Thursday home games thanks to Rusty Rail Brewing and Windsor Distributing.
Savage 61 is a proud sponsor of Fiesta Fridays. Enjoy an our Phil's game, great food, music, entertainment, and so much more here at the ballpark. The team will play as the Los Luchadores and will be wearing their Los Luchadores de Reading Latino tribute uniforms. Visit Timmy Profit and Savage 61 Pennsylvania's most awarded dealership for all your automotive deals.
Feasers Incorporated, a family-owned full-line food service distributor located in central Pennsylvania. Services restaurants, sporting facilities, theme amusement parks, healthcare facilities, educational facilities, and other institutions throughout Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region. For over 100 years, Feasers and its employees have committed themselves to making customer service their highest priority. Feasers works hard to provide customers with the products they require, delivered by their helpful fleet drivers. Feasers is large enough to serve and small enough to care. For more information, call 800-326-2828 or Feasers.com.
Well, here we go, fans. Bottom of the ninth inning. The Fightin's up 5-2 right now, and they're looking to get the job done. They're going to turn to Brian Marconi to get these final 3 outs here in the ninth. Hernandez's day is done. He throws 21 pitches in an inning and a third, gets 1 hit and 2 strikeouts, so pretty solid in relief for Hernandez. And all eyes are going to be on Brian Marconi as he comes in for the final 3 outs. This game could be a lot more offensive production as the Fightins have stranded 10 runners and Somerset has left 13 on the base paths. But the Fightin's up 5-2 here, and Marconi will face off the middle part of Somerset's lineup with Garcia, Zenner, and Dunn. Hopefully he only sees those 3. Marconi kicks and fires, and it's a called strike. The reliever out of Philadelphia faced the Patriots lineup the other day, and fouling it off is Garcia, so it's 0-2. There he went 1 inning pitch, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. He's been 75% scoreless in his appearances, and the 0-2 now to Garcia. He'll get a strikeout, the first out here in the bottom of the ninth. Both teams using 5 pitchers so far, 4 relievers on either side. And of course, with the day off tomorrow, there's some more freedom for the managers. Marconi, 6 appearances total with the Fightin' Phils, 8 2/3 innings pitched. He's held opposing batters to a 2.07 ERA and has recorded 12 strikeouts to 17 walks. He started the season, of course, in High A Jersey Shore, and will send a ball into Zenner. And was called up to the Fightins in mid-May. And the second pitch coming in on the inside corner, it's a strike. Just a couple of fans left at TD Bank Ballpark, it looks like, as the heat might have gotten to a bunch of people. Calling this live remote on the air as Zenner checks his swing and he goes around. So it's 1-2. Looking forward to the Fightins being back at home so I can call the game in front of me. Here's the 1-2 and make it 2-2 as Marconi misses inside. And Zenner stays alive as he fouls one up into the concourse area. He stands tall on the mound, 6'3", and it's fouled off once again, this time into the Fightins dugout as he stays alive, 7 pitches on the at-bat. And now he'll kick and fire home, and it's fouled once again. Marconi played 4 years at George Mason, which is in Virginia, and he planned to major in marketing and a minor in economics. I'm not sure what he ended up getting his degree in, but that's what was listed on his profile page for George Mason. And with the 2-2 count and 1 out in the bottom of the 9th, we'll see what Marconi can do against Zenner, who has an 8-pitch at bat currently. Here's the 9th pitch, and he strikes out swinging. A big out for Marconi, as there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And all hopes are on Oliver Dunn, as the Somerset Patriots down to their final out, as the Fightins lead 5-2. And the first pitch is going to be a ball to Oliver Dunn. Fightins really racking up their strikeout counts, or Fightins pitching staff, I should say, as now a called strike comes into Dunn. 14 strikeouts, and Dunn has a swinging strikeout. Here's the 1-2, another strike as Marconi comes in and he strikes out the side, getting the job done in the bottom of the 9th. Fightins win today's contest 5-2. They look pumped out onto the field as they take 2 from the Somerset Patriots, and they will return home to First Energy Stadium on Tuesday, June 8th through the 13th. Can't wait to see all fans out there. Thanks for joining me. Emily Messina on the airwaves for you. Game 1 on Tuesday, 7:05. Please join me then as the Fightins take on the Hartford Yard Goats. Again, they take this game number 6, 5-2